welcome to our fandom studio at Comic-Con, What We Do in the Shadows cast and showrunner. Paul,
yes.
There are some absentees, some vampires missing here, and I wondered what they were up to. Are they exploring Comic-Con?
No, if they were even in town, of course they would be here. But half of our cast is from England, right? Half?
Yes.
Is that the
A
math?
little more
That's
than
like 80%.
no, about half.
Yeah, about half. So they're far away.
Well, what would they make of Comic-Con? Because we know that they've made a trip to Atlantic City before and enjoyed that.
That's true, and we learned in this new season that Nandor has made it as far west as Fresno, which is not far from San Diego. So I think they would love it. We just were out seeing all the fans dressed up like their favorite characters, and it was fantastic.
With all of Colin's knowledge, Mark, he'd fit right in here, wouldn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to paint the average Comic-Con attendee in a poor light, but I think that Colin would, have a field day at Comic-Con.
I quickly got used to seeing Colin Robinson as the creature that crawled its way out of the abdominal cavity of Colin Robinson, and it's a bit strange seeing you here as a fully grown man, actually. But with each metamorphosis, does he evolve?
Yeah, I mean, you compact going through life changes into a season of a show. For me, the question was, how well does he handle those changes in such a short period of time and still stay Colin Robinson? And I think the writers did an incredible job with that.
Colin does an impression of Jar Jar Binks, and I wondered if baby Colin can still do that, or if he has any other hated characters in his repertoire.
Oh boy, the Jar Jar Binks, that came from me because it was something I used to do to annoy my friends back in college.
In the script originally, it was Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog,
and then,
which I also did
yes.
and have done previously to annoy my friends. So it worked right in there. I don't think baby Colin or toddler Colin are too aware of pop culture yet. And so that also had to play into how I ad-libbed with him.
Except for Legos, Roblox, Mr. Beast, Mark Rober, internet, YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Kid, so to speak.
I'm very well versed.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would want to be up to date with our current culture, though.
Yeah, that might be true.
Yeah, but I think he's going to relish it once he gets to, back to full speed. So
Colin is a master troll, and coming from wikis where we just adore trolls, we're kind of trying to hunt one down that may or may not have your characteristics. Would you let us know your username? I'm asking for a friend, just who might be an admin friend.
yeah, no, I'm not. I can't do that. Certainly not on air. If you want to talk about it off air, absolutely.
Yeah, would you? It's
Yeah.
like on Discord, there's certain
Listen,
user rights.
I mean, there's a lot of trolls out there. Some stand out.
If they watch the episodes very closely, they can find Colin Robinson's email address, and they can email Colin Robinson.
Yeah, mark our words, we'll hunt you. I mean, like, no, we're gonna find you and throw a celebration. If you could just let us know your username.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's for me to know, as Colin would say, for me to know and for you to find out.
To wonder in agony. So, I mean, fair enough.
It's a nice try, Amy. Nice try.
Yeah, all fandom out there, I'm so sorry. I tried my best.
Harvey, Guillermo has proved himself to have real mad fight skills, not only against vampires, but in the most recent episode against Nandor. Now, my question is this sexual frustration playing out?
I guess it could be. I think it's just boiled up to this point where it didn't start off as trying to fight off Nandor. It was trying to get out of there alive, and the writers made this really great moment where he's reminded that he did kill him or almost kill him once before, and I was like, well, I let you win. And it's like, no, you didn't let me win. I'm pretty powerful. And they go back and forth, and it gets real to the point, but it could be frustration. But also this season we show that two men can be affectionate towards each other and love each other and not necessarily make it physical and be in a relationship that's, dating and whatnot. Will they in the future? I don't know. Maybe that's a Paul question. But for now, he's happy to be on his own road and finding love the way that he wants to find love, and he does. In future episodes, he may or may not, right, Paul? We could talk about that.
Oh, you can talk about it.
He finds his own version of what his first love is, and how that turns out is for us to find out.
Does this mean then that Kristen, the guide, is going to be left brokenhearted because she's holding a candle for Guillermo?
Yeah, always. Yeah, she's gonna be alone and sad, and I think she can't give in to her attraction for Guillermo though, because obviously that's not right. She can't love this bad boy because he'll kill her. But I think they're gonna be friends. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sexually harass Guillermo too much on the show, but probably a little bit more.
So I had a question for the guide. How is it that she can keep trying and trying to give warnings that they really let fly over their heads, literally fly, with the ravens? Like, she could just give up any time and be like, you know what, I'm out. No more ravens for you. But why does she try so hard? Is it a personal value or like a love for someone in particular?
Well, yeah, I think at the beginning, she was working for the Vampiric Council, and then in season 3, they got bestowed the Vampiric Council as leadership, and so she had to stay in because of her punishment from, hooking up with slayers. And so, but then after that, I think there is a real genuine affection from her towards Nadja. I think Nadja's sort of killing the game, and she is enjoying being in her presence while it's happening. And I think she is looking for a family somewhere. So I think otherwise she could just sort of hang out with her wraiths, which I think are also really they are her crew. But, she's ready to branch out a little bit.
There's a fan theory that the guide is trying to use Guillermo to bring the vampires down. Have you heard this?
You know what? Actually, I think very early on, at one point we discussed, is the guide evil, and is she actually trying to break them apart? And then we're like, no, we like Kristen too much. And it's also more fun to see the guide be this vampire who's kind of lonely, who spent 200 years sitting there taking care of this old building, just waiting for someone to be around, and suddenly have all these fun vampires around who maybe don't embrace her as much as she would like. But that's also the fun of seeing her be sort of Nadja's right-hand person running the nightclub, is seeing like the thrill of having a new friend.
It's also funny thinking about them, like, these vampires don't behave like normal humans because they're immortal. So I think, like, their pacing of relationships is on a different track than most people. Like, everything choice they make is going to be a little different than what we would do. Like, Nadja can take her time, and the guide can take their time being friends because they have all of the time, right?
They have an infinite amount of time. They're undead. They're eternal.
Yeah,
No
totally.
rush. No rush.
That's who you're rushing Guillermo, because he's...
TikTok on this
He has
guy.
an expiration date.
It's another can of worms. I hope Colin doesn't have a TikTok that he trolls on too, right? That's another enemy crowd that you don't want to mess with.
He's got another 100 years.
Paul, I wanted to ask you in Matt's absence about Laszlo, because he's become quite a paternal figure to baby Colin, toddler Colin. What would this encourage him to have a baby with Nadja, and what would their child be like?
We've done a lot of discussion about whether that would be biologically possible for two undead people to have a baby, and we don't have an answer yet. But the interesting thing about Laszlo ending up being this father figure is that he seems the least likely to have any paternal instincts at all. He's sort of, in his own way, the most self-centered and short-tempered of the vampires, but it's the same in the same way at the previous season, where Laszlo became friendly with Colin, and all the viewers were like, that makes no sense, they would never be friends, and then found out that there was a real reason for him being friends, which was he knew Colin was about to die. It's fun seeing such a gruff, irascible character like Laszlo have just little moments of soft-heartedness and with baby Colin.
But what would their baby be like if they theoretically had a baby?
Probably a black piece of coal. I mean, I don't know how vampire biology works. I don't know. We'll see how it goes with how Laszlo and sort of Guillermo as co-parents of baby Colin. We'll see how baby Colin turns out. That might give us an idea of what their baby would be like.
Oh yeah, we've seen a lot of that in the fan base. People put to what's that ABBA song? "Sleeping Through My Fingers," raising a child. What's, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they put footage of us with baby Colin, and it's really adorable, like co-parenting, and and you doing the I got a YouTube channel, I got 2 subscribers. It's really adorable. And people putting them in a parental family and position is really nice.
Will I get paid for that, or do
No.
I not get paid for that?
You don't get that. No.
Yeah, we'll pay you to give us your username. The fans would never forgive me if I didn't ask something about priests falling over. We adore priests falling over, but the one person who loves it more is Nadja. Can you tell us what her favorite scene is from priests falling over?
Oh God, that's a tough one. I think it was the one where the priest fell over, maybe?
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one. That's closest I can come.
What would you think of that being a spin-off of the series, Priests Falling Over?
We could get at least a season and a half out of that, I think. And I'd like to go back. I think maybe I think Nadja would particularly enjoy it. Wasn't there a scene in The Exorcist where a priest falls down the stairs? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Max von Sydow.
Yeah, that's right where she lives. That's her kind of thing.
Thank you so much for your time today. I'm looking forward to seeing how the season evolves. So cool.
Thank you to both of you and all the fandom Wiki users and contributors.
Thank you, fandom.